Hi, I'm Dr. Keith Ryan, a chiropractor in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I wanted to talk to you about arthritis. It's something I see a lot of in my practice, and a lot of people talk about it, and kind of some misconceptions and some things that could probably be cleared up that would help you a lot in understanding what's going on. Now, there's several different forms of arthritis, but primarily the one that's most common is called osteoarthritis. That's arthritis that you really get from wear and tear. Sometimes it's called degenerative joint disease. So really, degenerative joint disease equals osteoarthritis, and it's probably the arthritis that you're talking about, because it's the one that you can get yourself and you have a little bit of control over. The other ones you don't really have a lot of control over. So, what is osteoarthritis? Osteoarthritis is arthritis that you get from wear and tear on your joints. Now you go, well, how did I get wear and tear on my joints? Well, you're going to get some no matter what you do, even if you're perfect, from just getting older and using your joints a lot. They're going to get a little bit of wear and tear and some osteoarthritis on them. But things that really increase that osteoarthritis is little small injuries or big injuries that you get across your lifetime. You know, slips and falls, lifting heavy stuff, car accidents, that sort of thing will cause destruction onto your joints. And it doesn't have to be gigantic. You don't have to look like, wow, that was really huge and it started in one day. It can be a small thing. And then over the course of time, a day, week, months, years, decades, it turns into a big thing. Now, typically arthritis won't happen in a short time frame. It happens incrementally. That joint is moving and it's not moving quite right. And so it gets a little bit of wear and tear. And then it keeps getting it the next day and the next day. And in 10 years, you've really put some damage on that joint so it's not moving properly. And then the joint won't move properly from now on. Now, so what do? Hey, everybody's going to get a little bit of this, so, you know, what can I do to kind of help this along? And here's where chiropractic comes in. Chiropractic is great for this, because when you get a joint that's not moving right, chiropractors can align that joint. They can correct that joint. They can do a lot to make that joint move the way it's supposed to move again and really correct that. A lot of times I don't see people for years and years after their joints aren't moving right. Sometimes they've got really well-established osteoarthritis, big bone spurs, lots of things going on. But you can correct those joints so that they kind of function right, even though have some wear and tear on them, and that they'll function the way they're supposed to, and kind of either really slow down the wear and tear they're getting or completely stop it at all from getting worse, even though it's there, so that you can have really bad arthritis sometimes and you don't feel like a spring chicken and you're kind of running around. Sometimes you've got really bad arthritis and I can make it just really functional, so it hurts a little bit, but it's like 90% better than when you were running around before. So it's quite functional and tolerable. Sometimes if you're just in the beginning stage of getting this, we can probably prevent you from getting it at all, so things just function. We put the joint back to working the way it's supposed to, and you go on and you're in a big healthy environment where your joints just function the way they're supposed to. So that's the great benefit of chiropractic, you know, for osteoarthritis and degenerative joint disease. We can really make a difference. We can do so much better than you just taking drugs every day to try to cover up the pain. That may kind of cover up the pain, but it just keeps getting worse. Every single day it just gets a little bit worse until, you know, when you're looking at 5 years, 10 years, all of a sudden it's a real big problem and the medication doesn't work at all. It just hurts. And then you start losing function in your body so that you're not able to walk right, turn your neck, bend your elbow, lift your shoulder, all that sort of thing that can be, with a little preventative maintenance and getting it corrected along the way, can really make a big difference. So I hope this helps a little bit in understanding, what chiropractic can do for arthritis. Thanks so much for listening.